So, I've noticed something, right? It's come to my attention that we've been doing this whole life thing all wrong. Just all wrong. Because we've been so conditioned to think that we have to put so much effort into a lot of this external stuff in order to prove that we've made something of our lives. We slave away trying to get our degrees and we try to make a whole bunch of money so we can buy nice houses and cars and we go after the girl we want or we go after the guy we want and marry him and we put up our picket fences and we try to make a name for ourselves. But here's the thing though, right? Because if you think about it, jobs can be lost. Like the company you work for can just go under or they can just fire you. Houses can be burnt down. Cars can be stolen. Money will be spent and gone. Even the dude or the woman that you married can divorce your ass and then take the dog with them. Children grow up and eventually leave the nest. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And when all of this stuff is gone, what are you left with? The answer is you. Your own self is what you're left with. Your own self is the one thing that you are guaranteed, no matter what, to always go to bed with at night and to wake up with the next morning. Your own self is the only one true thing that you actually have actual, true, real possession of and stewardship of in this world. And so, with that being said, I always sometimes wonder, why is the self the last thing that gets invested in if that's the only one thing that you actually possess? Like if everything else is fleeting and futile, why do we put so much effort and energy into it? Why do we never put that same energy and investment in us on the inside? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because we're not taught to do that. We're not conditioned to do that. We're conditioned and we're taught that we have to institutionalize ourselves. Not educate ourselves, but institutionalize ourselves. Because those are two different things, right? Don't get me wrong. Education and the education system serves a purpose, right? And, going to school is important. But let's be real here. 9 times out of the 10, most of the schools in this country, most of the universities and colleges in this country, a lot of them aren't educating you. They're institutionalizing you. They are training you to be a tool to be used by society. Because that's how you become a productive member of society. By becoming a tool for it. By becoming a tool for corporate America to use. And when they get done using you, they just replace you with another tool. And so that's why I kind of feel like the reason that we're here is self-care. We gotta take the time to take care of ourselves. We gotta take the time to figure us out. You spend so much time trying to figure everything else out. You learn, you read your books, you get your degrees, and you call yourself so smart and educated, but yet you still have no idea who you are. Like I know some very, very smart people. I know people with PhDs and master degrees and even doctorate degrees. And they're just as lost as the homeless dude on the street corner. Why is that? It doesn't matter what your job is. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have. It doesn't matter how many certs you have. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what car you drive. It doesn't matter what titles you have. If you're not living your life in a way that allows you to walk in your purpose, in a way that makes you feel fulfilled from the inside out, you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, we all need jobs. It's okay to have a job. It's okay to have a career. It's okay to make money or whatever. But it's not about what you do. It's about how you're doing it. It's like, yeah, you can make 6-7 figures, but are you doing it by doing something that you actually resonate with? Something that you actually enjoy doing? Or are you just doing it for the paycheck? I think that we would be better off truly investing in ourselves, in the little person that's in here, and to really start living our lives from the inside out, not from the outside in. And you're not being selfish by doing that. I know some people will probably want to tell you that you're being selfish by doing that, but you're not. It's not selfishness. You're not being selfish. You're being responsible. Because, like I said, your own self is the only one thing that you have actual stewardship over. You doing these things, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Like, this isn't just a nice idea or like some existential thought process. This is your actual purpose.